YouTube, how's everything? So this is Mazinger, red Mazinger, the last or latest machine I've built. Wow, lots of dust in my room. This is how it looks, and it has a cool logo here. All the ports are down there. Again, let's just flip it around. Alright, it's a G3 Nagas case. It fits mini or micro, mini ITX and micro ATX motherboards. The one I have in is a mini or micro. It's a micro ATX. Yes. Okay. It's an Asus motherboard. I don't know what the model is. It's just a very basic model. It doesn't even have USB 3 or SATA 6 gigabits. It's meant just to run the Athlon 2 3-core CPU on it. Wow, this is tough. Okay, and I put 8 GBs of RAM on it. Okay, come on. Okay, and a 6850 card actually fit inside of this. This is a 500 watt PSU, and I'm going to show you something really cool, or really absurd. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's just unplug this and this. The case is supposed to fit only 80mm fans. And now, let me show you what I've done. Let me unplug. Sorry about this. It's a bit tough to unplug it. Okay. If you look at this, actually, I don't know if you can see it. Let me just get closer. If you look at this, this is not an 80mm fan. There's 120mm, and this is a 60mm. So I have a 60mm and 120. Same thing on the other side. 120 and 60mm. So if you can see this, these are the 3 screws for the 80mm. Sorry, 80. For the 80mm fan. This supports only 80mm. So I put a 60mm. It stops right here, and then I put a 120mm, and you can see it extruding outside of this side. You can see this is going outside. So what I do when I put the case back in, it's obviously not going to fit from the back like that, so I just yank it carefully from both sides and then layer it over it. So let's take a better look inside of the case. Let me just unplug the camera. Sorry, taking too many. Alright, this is the cable management. It goes actually in these corners here, here. So I just cable tie the power, for example, like that, run it over to the other side, cable tied, etc. I have a 1090T stock cooler. This is the stock cooler for it, not the CPU, just a stock cooler, and under it is the 3-core AMD Athlon 2 CPU, 8 GBs of Mushkin RAM, if you can see that, Mushkin RAM, okay. And I've tried to keep it as clean as possible on this area. As you can see, that area is almost totally blocked with cables, but you still get airflow through that and to this side. So I have all of the fans, 3 out of 4 of the fans as intake, and one of the 60mm fans as exhaust. And then this is the power supply. It's, I believe, a Silverstone 500 watt, a really basic power supply. Let's flip it over a bit. Of course, I have a CD-ROM here. You click it, CD-ROM pops out. It looks nice. There is space for a card reader, and there is space for a floppy drive, etc. I actually just put the hard disk there. You can see this is a Western Digital 1TB Black Edition hard disk. On top of this, I removed the hard disk cage. There's a hard disk cage, but I removed it to give it more airflow and more space. It does fit with the card. The what do you call it, the hard disk cage. It did not fit with a bigger cooler. I don't know if I should replace a cooler or not there. The stock cooler is doing more than fine. I don't think I'll be overclocking or even unlocking the CPU. Unlocking failed on the Athlon 2 3-core I have in there. It did not unlock to a Phenom 4-core, unfortunately, so I just kept it at stock without overclocking. Now this is a Foxconn, or I forgot what its name, yeah, Evercool Fox, sorry, cooler. It's actually an exhaust, see? So I just put it there, so other than the 60mm, this is actually an exhaust also. So cool air comes in here, it sucks in the cool air. This part usually heats up, even here, but also this part heats up. This is really tight in there. It's really tight, really tight in there. I can't even stick my small finger in there, and it just sucks up the air. It actually works pretty well, and you can feel hot air coming out when the game is running on max. You can see some gameplay vids here if you'd like. Let's move on to how much of the case is being used by the graphics card. As you can see, it stops around here, so it actually has some more space, but I think it's just crammed and crowded, if you can see. Let me just show you from here. That's about it. That's about the free space you have in there. So it's crammed and crowded in there. And the back, like I said, remove the hard disk cage. I have the external external SATA and my hard disk. That's about it. Just cable management on the side, just a bit of, cable ties. And actually, yeah, you can put cable ties on this side, other than these top sides. I guess it's very crowded, and the case looks really nice. It lights up nicely. You have red LEDs here. You'll see it in my other video. It looks nice. The ventilation, once you put the 120mm in, is acceptable. Without those 120mm, it's not gonna work. You gotta put the 120mm, because the 80mm just they don't exhaust and intake enough air. So yeah, my solution with the 120mm and the 60mm, a really tight fit, but it really cools down the case nicely. And yeah, that's about it for this case. It's a really good case. I actually like it. What was the issues I faced with it? Oh yes, the issues I faced with it. If you have a power supply with this on this side, it's not gonna fit. If you have a power supply with cables extruding from the bottom, it's not gonna work. It has to extrude out of the top. If you see, all of my power cables are going from the top. So I actually had to replace my Mushkin power supply with this Silverstone power supply. And again, the ventilation is not so good. Even with the 120 and 60mm I put in, it's just barely acceptable, and the power supply starts heating up. The last time my cheap power supply heated up, it blew up. There's not a cheap power supply, thank God. Silverstone. It's silver. I think it's 80 plus silver, so it runs warm when it's running on max. When it's on idle, it runs cool. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching this video.